It's fate time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the Figma number 72 Saber Alter version. Alter, but whatever you want to pronounce it. It's, well, not quite Evil Saber. I mean, a lot of people are always like, oh, it's Evil Saber. Nah. It's like the more renegade, the more, a little bit less reserved, because regular Saber, Artoria, whatever you want to call her, she's always like a bit shy, but you know, this one is like no remorse, no regrets, no nothing. So let's have a look at Saber Alter. Finally, another Saber of my bucket list, and this is one I've been looking at for a long time. I mean, I like a kind of more evil, corrupted version of good old Saber. Why not? And since it's part of the lore and everything, on top of it, I've recently seen some pictures of Figma Wonderfest, and from what I can tell, they're actually going to do a casual version of this. Now, don't quote me on that, it's not 100% sure, just some pictures I've seen, which looks like it. Now, what about the size? That looks like 13.5 centimeters to the top of her head, which means a little under 5.5 inches tall. Regular Figma size. Overall look of the character. The anime eyes, a bit more plain than usual. Then again, this is a very old Figma, so shouldn't be too surprised. You have the black, the darkness that consumes her around the face. That's a bit more of a metallic paint job. That looks cool. She has the very pale hair and skin color going with it. I mean, it's a little like a gothic look. She does have her gothic outfit in the casual version, casual dress version, which is not the one they shown on Figma. It was one with like hot pants or whatever, like a summer version. Regardless of that, let's stick to this figure. We have a nice metallic dark blue in the armor with some red lines going all throughout it. I don't know, the red lines though, they look kind of weird. My only problem with it is that they don't really have a pattern. They're just kind of wild, going all over the place. And let me take her off the base. It's like with these old Figmas also, I always have trouble getting her on the base. It's like the hole is way too small and the pack is way too long. Thank goodness that they started to do the add-ons, which you can put on the base. But I digress, I start to ramble. Detail over here, this is completely soft plastic. It has a cut in there for the articulation. You know, some of the early ideas, once again going back to that. And then we got the very spiky. The armor is similar to regular Saber, but especially over here in the forearms, it's a lot more spiky, which is cool. It's like a little bit of a female shredder. Thinking about that. Somebody make me a helmet for her. Then we go down to the rest of the dress. Got some more armor plates on the side, bit spiky here. And this is on ball hinges, so you can move that out to the side. This is just soft plastic and no pantsu. Pantsu denied. I mean, it is Saber, so I'm honestly though surprised because it's Saber Alter, more like evil version. Well, like I'm saying, I don't think she's entirely evil. And then we're going down to the boots, like armored boots, which again is very spiky. That seems to be the theme, spiky. I like the design of these though. I like the knee pads over here with just a couple of red lines. These seem to follow a pattern, so I like that a lot more. But yeah, overall design wise, I'm a big fan of it. Now for the articulation, I'm going to start off at the hat. It's classic Figma, and really, have they ever changed that? It's a flat ball hinge, so you can move that back and forth. Can rotate it around, and it does go side to side, just a tiny bit. And with the shoulders, we established soft plastic. Have the double ball combination under there. It's packed in here, so this goes up very nicely. As you can tell, this moves out of the way, and you can rotate. You can also rotate it around up here, because it's, like I'm saying, it's packed in there. So you kind of have bicep swivel. Then we got a single hinge in the elbow over here. That's nicely hidden. I mean, it's okay, it works. And the fist is just packed in and doesn't actually have a hinge. That's another thing with this figure. We have some fists that don't have a hinge, and the fist itself is blocked anyway, because contrary to popular belief, this is not soft plastic. You'd think the last panel over here would be soft, but it's not. So already a limitation in that. And then we get to the torso articulation. You can rotate that around. Surprisingly well, actually. I didn't really expect that. But yeah, that goes all the way around. Back and forth. Doesn't really leave a gap. They painted that black on there, so it looks good overall. A little bit of a gap in the back, but nothing too bad. And as we established before, the dress is on ball hinges over here, so it does mostly just go up, and it doesn't really rotate around because it's really connected to the torso over here, and it doesn't really leave much room with that. Then this piece over here, this entire thing, you can rotate that around and bring it side to side. Just give it a little bit of a spin. Then we got the legs. Let's see. Goes forward, goes out to the side. That's just on ball hinges. It doesn't really go to the back because obviously there's way too much stuff blocking it, but it does function. You just really have to work around the dress. Got a big hinge actually in the knee. I like this one. It looks good. It's a decent conversion. Then we got the foot on another ball hinge, so that goes up and down and rotates out to the side. Does it? Not really. I can't. Oh, there we go. Gotta give it a little bit of a tuck and make sure it's not ramming into the shin pads over here. Is there anything else you can really move her hair around? So no, that's it. Now for the accessories, you got one more different face and kind of like a yelling face with the open eyes. That looks kind of spooky. I mean, I like the eyes on this one a lot better, surprisingly enough. But yeah, you got that. And then you got a different hairpiece with the visor on it, which you can take off. Just kind of connected in there. So if you don't want it, you kind of want the more battle pose hairstyle, you can just slide that out. The visor is kind of weird. It's just hovering a little bit too high for my taste, but regardless of that. Oh wait, you actually can't use this hairstyle. There's a piece over there. So yeah, no battle pose hairstyle for visorless Saber. Then with the hands, like I mentioned, these two have hinges. This open hand, this pointy finger has a hinge. Then we got this kind of, I don't know what is that, taunting hand. Then we got these two for the sword holding hands. I'm assuming, again, no hinge, and another one with a hinge actually. So pick your poison. I mean, like I'm saying, I don't mind the idea. It might be cool for stability. And then we have the sword Excalibur with a nice black paint job. The black and red, I mean, I'm a fan of this. Black and red to me is like one of my favorite combinations of color. I don't know, it just looks badass. And then you have the Figma base and the Figma back, and that's it. So upon further review, I really like the dead eyes in this face because it really fits the theme. And there's another thing I missed. Apologies guys, but sometimes when you're looking through the camera, you kind of miss these things. There's a little bit of a round spot in this hand, and what that does, just kind of to hold on to the sword over here if you just want to pose her with the sword like that, and you can put the hand on there. That's what this is for. Now, final thoughts of this figure. I dig it. I love the design. It's a different take to Saber, and I don't know, I guess more Saber means more fun, right guys? But yeah, I mean, it's executed very well. It looks cool. The lines are a little bit random, but that's really the only thing that kind of bothers me, and that's like that in the design. I don't know. I mean, they could have maybe played around with that more. There could be more faces, and overall, she's not a killer in the accessory department like the more recent Figmas, but that's the thing. This is not a recent Figma. This is like number, what was it, 75 from way back. So yeah, I still think this is still a very cool old Figma, a redesign of Saber, a different version of Saber that I really dig and therefore will recommend it. Of course, if you can still find her, I just point you at mandarake.com or Army pre-owned section. She does pop up there every now and then, so keep your eyes peeled. I mean, I got her from Mandarake myself. So there you go. As usual guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Saber Alter wants.